Hey, welcome to our Cisco Secure Public Places demo at ISC West in Vegas. So this is a solution that's mainly targeted at K-12 schools, and we're looking at things like tying these different Cisco systems together, like Call Manager, Jabber, Informacast. That's a third party one that's tightly coupled with Call Manager. Tying that together with VSM and try to make the video more of a real-time have more operational value rather than a forensic tool that you look at after the fact. So let's look at a couple of use cases we have here. So first, imagine a school, most of the doors are locked during the day, and maybe they'll funnel all the visitors to the front door. Okay, so a front door visitor comes to the door, they press this button on the Helios 2N door intercom, and now when I press this button, the phone is going to ring here on the receptionist desk or principal. And also, in case I'm not at my desk, my Jabber client's also going to ring. Okay, so let's press the button here. Okay. Notice we're ringing here on our Jabber client in case we're remote. We're also ringing at our desk phone here. So let's answer the phone. Okay. So notice that we can see the visitor at the front door. We can see the video from them. And also, it's important to note this same front door intercom is also integrated into VSOM. And so we can view that along with any of our stationary camera feeds from around the school. Okay, so let's go back to the reception desk here. All right, I see my visitor at the front door. I recognize them. I know what they're there for, to pick up their kid or whatever it might be. So now I want to unlock the door. So I come over here to the receptionist phone. There's this extension module. There's a button that says unlock door. And I'll press that. Okay, front door command sent, and now you hear the beeping, the tone here. That signifies, the person, the door is unlocked, they can enter the door. Okay, now another scenario that might play out is I recognize that person as somebody that should not be at the school. It's somebody who's got a restraining order or whatever it might be. So what I might want to do in that case is press this deny entry button. When I press the deny entry button, it's going to notify all the security officials at the school that there's a denial of entry event at the front door. In addition, it's going to push the front door video feed to the screen. Okay, so I'm going to do deny entry.
Alert, denial of entry at front door.
Okay, so I get a denial of entry on my IP speaker up here. You're scrolling through. So basically, we're notifying the security officials in all number of ways. We're also notifying them on their Jabber client, right, wherever they are in the school. We're notifying that there's a potential incident, and we've also pushed the front door video camera to the SASD wall. Okay. Now, in addition, another nice feature we do is we keep an email log here. So every front door visitor, every time they press the button on the Helios front door intercom, we take a snapshot. We take a snapshot of them, and it goes to this email log. And so over the course of time, you basically end up with a log that has all your front door visitors, when they arrived, who they are, snapshot. Also in that file, in that email account, we have any alert that happens at the school, whether it's a request for assistance or an all clear notification or a denial of entry to the front door. That all gets logged into that email account for forensic purposes. Okay. Another use case we have involves, a teacher asking for assistance, requesting help. It could be, there's a fight in the classroom. It could be something as day-to-day as somebody that's allergic to bees gets stung by a bee, right? I need help, basically. Okay, it doesn't always have to be, an armed gunman or an active shooter or something like that. This has day-to-day application as well. Okay, so here we've got the administrator phone. This is kind of the setup that your principal, your SRO, your receptionist, they're going to have this kind of setup. This is like their functional role, this part of the demo. Here we've got, this is like a classroom. Okay, so let's say this is in the teacher's phone. Now they already are in the teacher's classroom, so they already have the Cisco phone in their classroom. So it's free to them to add this soft button that says assistance request. And when I press that button, I'm going to create a dynamic message to all the security people that tell me which campus, which building, which floor, which camera name is the closest camera, what room number needs help. I'm also going to push the nearest video camera we have to the wall. So the idea now is that video goes from being a forensic tool that you only look at after an incident has happened. You know, it could be half a day later and you go back to see what happened. It goes from that to being a more real-time operational usefulness. Because now I can see, as I get the notifications that there's a potential event or somebody needs help, I can see on my Jabber client, I can see on my phone, I see, oh, somebody needs help. Now let me look up at this wall. And immediately I see the real-time video feed from the nearest camera and a loop. And so I can see if there are 2 people or there are 3 people. Is it just 2 kids fighting? Is somebody armed? In which case I now know in real time that I need to make a phone call to 911 before I ever run out of the room to go investigate the potential incident. So now again, the video has more real-time relevance versus forensic relevance. Okay, so let's give it a try here. I'm a teacher, I need some help. I'm going to press the assistance request button.
Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance.
Okay, notice that the closest video feed popped to the wall, our SASD wall, so we're seeing a loop on this side, and we're seeing a real-time view here. Now, also, I got that same notification on my Jabber client, and notice the part that says, you know, assistance requested in room 401, call back 4000. So now I can press that 4000 and I can make a call, and now I'm connected, check, check, 1, 2, with the nearest intercom to that event. There's a couple of ways somebody might use that. They may try to do a silent listen in the actual room where the event happened. Another way you could use it is you could program in maybe the classroom across the hall, in which case you say, hey, you know, Miss Smith pressed her panic button, can you please walk across the hall and check and see if everything's okay. So a number of different ways that can play out. Okay? So now let's say I accidentally pressed the panic button, I really didn't mean to, and I want to retract that notification. Okay, so also on the phone, we have this retract request. Okay, now we don't want to make it too easy for you to retract it, so you're going to be prompted for a login that all the teachers will have to know. Just have it memorized. So we do retract.
Enter login now.
Just said enter login now. So in the demo, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, pound.
Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance.
Okay, so now we see that the assistance request for that particular room was canceled. Okay, another way you might see the panic button or the alert button notification. Let's say we're in a location where there is no phone. There's no phone. We're in a hallway or somewhere like that. So sometimes you'll see a button like this. This is basically a standalone SIP endpoint, and it does nothing but when I press the button, it's making a phone call, and we trigger on that to do some things. Okay, so I press that.
Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance notification available. Alert. Assistance.
Okay, so we can see the video, the nearest video pops to the wall here, so we can see what's going on. We also got, you know, notifications on all our security people through Jabber. We got it through Call Manager phone. We got it through audio on the IP speaker. Okay, so one last use case. Let's say somebody on the security team at the school, they go to investigate the incident. And maybe there's 5 or 6 people in what we call the security group. So one of them goes to investigate the incident, and now I see that everything's okay. There's no problem, the problem's been resolved. I want to let the other people on the security team know that the problem has been resolved. So over here, I have an all clear button. Now this all clear button is actually just a speed dial. So if I'm out with my Jabber client, for instance, I'm remote, I'm not at my desk, I can dial this phone number and it'll also do the same thing that's going to happen when I press this button here. Okay, so this button's really just a speed dial for a phone number. Okay, so I press the all clear button.
Enter login now.
It wants my login because we don't want anybody to, just anybody to be able to call off the alert. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Security event, all clear. Security event, all clear. Security event.
Okay, so now everybody, the 5 or 6 people in the security group, now they all know that everything was okay. So I mean, what you can see, what we've done here is we've tried to automate some of the workflow around security events at a school. and tie in a lot of pieces of Cisco technology and a couple of partner pieces as well.